In this session, we will review how to set up the Zoom meeting in the back room of Zoom. The first requirement is you will have to have a Zoom account. If you're not familiar with Zoom, I suggest you review the technology resource guide and the general Zoom videos that have been listed there to get more familiar with the platform. In this situation, I've already logged into Zoom and I want to schedule a new facilitation meeting. So I will go to schedule a meeting, and you can call the meeting whatever you want. You'll see I have the opportunity to choose a template. So in this case, I have already saved a template called Virtual Club Visioning. We'll go back to that in a second. For facilitation of this video, I'm going to go ahead and choose a meeting that I've already set up and walk you through the steps, but that's how you would begin. So we're going to go into the Greenwood White River Visioning, and you'll see that I have two set up currently. When I set that up, I called it Greenwood White River Visioning. And under the description, this is what I've chosen. We're excited you'll be joining us to explore opportunities to strengthen your Rotary Club. This is a two-part session, and participation in both sessions fully is important. To ensure your input is included, we look forward to seeing you soon. Please use a computer or laptop if possible for optimal experience. A tablet or smartphone may limit some of your ability to fully participate based on limited screen capacity. Your link will be sent upon registration. Again, this wording will be in your training materials, but we recommend that this message be reinforced multiple times to have an optimal experience for your attendees. It should also be fully coordinated between your visioning facilitator at the district level and the club point of contact to ensure they really hear that message. So we have this scheduled, in this case, on September 28th at 5 o'clock. It's going to be a 2-hour session. We are in the Central Time Zone. You'll notice I have selected a recurring meeting. And that is important when you go to set up your meeting. We've found that Zoom recurring meetings work best if the times of day are the same. In this case, we're doing this 2 days in a row. So I set it up as a recurring meeting every day until September 29th. So this will automatically set up one link for 2 occurrences. If you don't do it this way with multiple occurrences, they have individual links, and you'll find that's confusing for many of your attendees. So one link makes that helpful. You want to require your registration. That's important to facilitate the reports that you'll need to generate both before the event and after the event. And we've allowed attendees to register just once, and they can attend both of the occurrences, so they don't have to re-register. We recommend for security that you set up a passcode, either numerically, or as you see, I've chosen the word vision for convenience, and also establish the waiting room. The waiting room is important so the facilitation team can get logged in, sound checked, make sure everything's going well before they turn around and allow the attendees in. You want your video and participant host on. You want to allow them to log in with computer audio and telephone, both, because sometimes people will not have an audio device on their computer, yet they'll view the session on their computer and they'll be calling in on the phone. We recommend for security you not enable join before host. I prefer muting participants upon entry and then training them at the beginning on how to unmute themselves. And you'll see that we have breakout rooms pre-assigned. That will become important in session 2. So that's the way we've set it up. I do choose to record the meetings. I do it manually, but you can also set it up to be automatic. So once we get into the session, you'll see that what that did is it generated a meeting ID. Again, we have the passcode, and it developed a registration link. You can copy that invitation, and this is the template that is then sent to your club point of contact to send to their members. They will register, and then upon registration, they will receive an email that will show you how to set up. And that is where their particular user ID and password is. It's really important that everyone who shares the registration link and not their login information, because that will be unique for each attendee. So again, these are just the settings that we've done. Again, general Zoom settings, some of your logistics. So I've got it set up that I live in the United States of America. Some of those come from my just general account settings. Again, that material is available through the Zoom training. So now we have some other options that we've set up our meeting. The first we're going to go over is registration. You can see we currently have a few registrants as we've just set up this meeting, and you can always view your registrants. So we have our facilitation leader team already has registered, and it's important that all of your team register. You'll see I have a few settings here, so let's quickly review those. We recommend that the registration be automatically approved versus manually approved. That just means when they register, they're going to automatically get the link. If you do manually approve, somebody on the technical side has to make sure you monitor your email closely and then quickly send out that registration link for their login information. I prefer automatic. Notifications and an email to host when someone registers. Again, I find that useful. So as a facilitation lead, you know that people are registering. And then again, we've set it up to allow attendees to join from multiple devices. Under questions, it's really important to keep this simple, but there's something you're going to need to add. Their email is an automatic requirement when they register, and I just have this set up for last name. That's really all we needed. But what you'll want to do is go into custom questions, and you'll see I've added a question. If you open yours, it will be blank. You'll just click on new question. And what I've set that up to say, it's required. I want to know their email, their name, and what their current role in the club is. So we've set that up. That is a manual entry. And again, you can set up multiple questions if you choose. I feel that it's important to keep this as quick and simple. The second option is email settings. We have a point of contact. So this is the point of contact within the district that if they have questions, they'll reach out to. You can edit and add whomever you want there. But we're going to go over this confirmation email to registrants. This is important because you can interpret and brand a couple of different areas and some you can't. So the subject, you can change that title. Again, you'll see I have a reminder, again, about wanting them to log in with a computer, and that if they're on a smartphone or tablet, they may be limited not to share their login with anyone else. We've got the pre-configured point of contact that was done on the prior screen. The information for their login. So again, it's going to show both sessions and the time of day that we've set that up. Zoom does have the ability that they can import this directly into their calendar, either a Google Calendar or a Yahoo Calendar, Outlook Calendar, however you've set up your system. And again, at the very bottom, there's another place that you can edit the template, and it's just a little thank you. And a reminder that they're going to receive a writing experience that will be sent in a separate email, and we need them to complete that prior to the first session and have it readily available to refer to during our call. Again, that's a message that's important that they hear multiple times, just one more place. Under branding, we have uploaded an image to help brand vision, and that is available through the IVFC website. You'll notice there's a second place to upload. I haven't found using both of them helps. The bottom logo just kind of puts it off to the right. I kind of like one at the banner at the top of the page personally. You'll also see the poll option. There are 2 polls in the recommended training, and we've already configured this. And this is something that will have to be manually set up with each of your meetings, even within the template. The first is a reference to the writing experience, and that is something that we refer to early on in session 1. And we just want to get them to reflect on what they've done and make sure before we do the extraction, they are thinking 3 years from now, not currently. So just very simple. As I completed the writing experience, I thought this about our club in 3 years. You'll set that up as multiple choice. Our club is doing amazing things and will continue for 3 years. Our club is doing well and has room to improve in 3 years, or our club has lots of room for improvement in 3 years. So whatever they answer, but it just puts their thoughts in alignment with where we want them to be going into the extraction. The second poll is the survey you'll use at the end of the session. I have set that up with 4 multiple questions, and that's just our feedback. First, to find if this was a beneficial experience. Again, these reference materials are in your technology resource guide. So did they find it valuable? Was it beneficial in seeing where our club would be in 3 years, and now we have the tools to make it happen? Absolutely, somewhat, or not really helpful. The second question is, I found the club vision experience to be preferred over on-site, as effective as on-site or less effective than on-site. Again, an evaluation of the virtual format. I found that technology to be helpful, neutral, or difficult to navigate. And then a little feedback for your facilitation team. I find the facilitators to be very engaging, somewhat engaging, or difficult to engage with. And again, I have these default just set up for multiple choice. You can allow that to be a single choice. That's really up to you. We don't usually set it up for live streaming. In my opinion, that would not be appropriate in a visioning session because it wouldn't be something that could be interactive. The Zoom platform itself allows a virtual component with it being interactive. So those are the options that can be set up in your meeting guide. So that's all you need to get going with your virtual visioning session. Please stay tuned for future videos to help train you on the actual facilitation. Thank you for your time.